Tonight, a horrifying attack on a British train has left the nation in shock. Two suspects have been arrested after a violent stabbing incident on a moving train bound for Cambridge. Authorities say 9 people were injured, some critically, in what witnesses describe as a chaotic, terrifying scene. This is one of the most serious incidents on the UK's rail network in recent years, raising urgent questions about public safety and the mental health crisis that has been gripping the country. British Transport Police say the attack happened just after 9 p.m. when the passengers boarded a late-night train, reported of a sudden disturbance in one of the carriages. Within minutes, emergency calls flooded, dispatchers, passengers screaming, others trying to restrain one of the suspects. Police and paramedics rushed to the scene, and as the train was halted between stations near Cambridge. When officers boarded, they discovered multiple victims had been stabbed and were severely bleeding. 2 men believed to be in their 20s were arrested at the scene. Authorities say both were taken into custody without further violence. Forensic teams have been working throughout the night, combining the carriages for clues, collecting knives, blood samples, and personal belongings left behind in the chaos. Investigators are now piecing together what led to the assault. Early reports suggest that an argument between passengers may have escalated into the violence, but the police are not ruling out the possibility of a premeditated attack. A spokesperson from the British Transport Police said, and quote, "This was an incredibly distressing incident for everyone. Our officers responded swiftly and detained the 2 individuals believed to be responsible. The investigation is ongoing." Across the United Kingdom, the news of the attack spread quickly. At Cambridge Station, passengers arriving for their morning commute were visibly shaken. Many questioned how such violence could happen in what's considered to be one of the safest public transport systems in Europe. It's frightening. You can take the train thinking it's safe, but now you can start looking over your shoulder. Public transport unions are calling for increased security patrols on night services, and mental health advocates are urging deeper investment in crisis intervention programs, warning that the growing number of violent outbursts in public transport is becoming a national concern. In London, Home Office officials have been briefed on the attack, describing it as a deeply concerning matter. The government says it's monitoring the situation and offering full support to the victims and their families. Several of the injured passengers remain hospitalized with life-threatening wounds. The doctors say quick intervention from fellow passengers likely prevented more fatalities. People might have been screaming and blood was everywhere. It felt like a nightmare that would never end from witnesses. While attacks like this are rare, they highlight a public disturbing trend, rising violence in the public spaces across the UK. According to Transport for London and British Transport Police data, incidents involving knife and assault have increased by nearly 20% over the last 2 years. Experts say this reflects deeper issues: social isolation, economic pressure, and a mental health breakdown in a post-pandemic society. When people feel concerned, and financially, emotionally, and socially, small conflicts can turn into explosive. The challenge is now preventing that escalation before tragedy strikes. Tonight, the Cambridge community is coming together to support those affected. Local churches and organizations have begun setting up donation drives for victims and their families, while the suspects remain in police custody and are expected to face charges ranging from attempted murder to possession of deadly weapons. Authorities have not released their identities, but sources say both had prior encounters with police related to violent behavior. And as for now, British Transport Police are urging anyone who witnessed the attack or recorded footage to come forward as investigations work to understand what triggered the violence. One message is clear: public safety can never be taken for granted. This is GBS/MBS reporting to you from London. I'm Samson Samuel. Stay updated, stay connected.